another one. Unfortunately, with the good comes with the bad. Today I'm red on CEI. Pretty much kind of disappointed because if I would have followed my strategy to a T, I would have probably been break even. Not on this name, I would have been red on this name. But I was watching in tandem with CEI. I also was watching MYSZ. Basically, the morning I was looking for a push to, I think it was 415, 420. Risk over pre-market, or risk pre-market high. Didn't get there, so I took it off, or I took my order away. And as you can tell, there must have been a newsletter or some bullshit that happened mid morning, to where it just sort of just went ape shit for 2 candles, 2 minutes. Would have been filled and would have made it, the money I lost on CEI back on this, but that wasn't the case. I also wasn't on my computer when this occurred, so I was alerted to it by a buddy of mine, basically right here, when I came back to my computer. Anyways, back to CEI. Took 2 trades, 2 losses. Things I could have done differently that I realized were basically it's a bottom feeder currently. I guess I could show you the 1 year. It's kind of weird on this. So, very dilutive stock. Biggest piece of shit names that there is. Basically, it crossed under $1 last month, the end of last month. So it's coming back up, crossing $1. Usually those aren't easy faders. Overlook that. Number 2 is previous day. It was sort of like a run on the previous day, but it wasn't on massive volume, so it gaps up from that. Yes, it could be a good short. No, it could also be a not good short, depending on if it's some sort of trend that's holding, which there is trend holding. So, yeah, I overlooked all that shit. Basically had my spot was the 190s, so I got short 190s, risking pre-market high. Basically looking for an all-day fade. So got short 190, got stopped out 229, 230. And then right after that, I got short again here, I believe it was, risking high day. Yeah, risking high day. Well, here's the freaking chart. So short here, covered there. Got short here. Usually with the strategy that I use, if I get stopped out at high day, I would use the subsequent positions as sort of a loss mitigation. Well, that didn't take place because I would have been covering here and here on these washes, especially since this big ass fucking red candle was on legit no fucking volume compared to any of the other candles. Should have realized, oh, we should probably take some profit. I didn't. And I wasn't at my desk when this occurred. Basically, I put the stop there, walked away, did something, came back, and it was here, and I was like, fuck. This big ass red candle didn't mean fucking shit. I think I moved my stop down 240 or some bullshit, because after this red candle, it shouldn't get above 238. So put it at 240, got stopped at 240. Turned off all the platforms. I felt myself getting heated. Walked away. I didn't even look at any of it, any of the stock markets midday or anything. Hindsight, basically so you got a high here, which is a lower volume than the high here, and then does some trap squeeze here. So the new high here was on lower volume than the previous two highs. The new high here was on lower volume than all the other ones, or same amount of volume as this one, whatever. Indication is basically after this high got rejected, squeezed up back to a new high, breaking 3. Should have been after the slam. Yeah, that's probably a good short entry considering you're overextended. You're up on newly highs, making not with not that much volume. Odds are it's not going to go much, maybe 350 at most, in my mind. So it's stuffed down from here. Hindsight, I didn't come back until the end here. Hindsight, but yes, high 260s would have been a good entry with the risk being 290 or so, 'cause ideally, or in my mind, stock shouldn't get back above there if you have a big ass red candle like that. So let's say you take short there, you're basically riding it all the way, and then you can actually look for an entry on the late day VWAP slam cross. After it comes back, just jump in here, whether you place your risk at the top of the slam candle or over the previous high. Yeah, it's all hindsight, but I'm red. And I think that was the only two. I mean, I had TCCO was kind of on watch. I wasn't really interested in TCCO that much. As you heard yesterday, my thoughts were it was going to squeeze either after hours or pre-market, which it didn't do either one. And when I was in CEI, I was hoping that TCCO would do some crazy bullshit and take all the attention off of the other two that I was watching. That didn't happen. Basically, TCCO opened, squeezed up a little bit, couldn't get past, it couldn't even get to 750. $8 area would have probably been the ideal entry. $8, 8 to 9, somewhere in that range. And you discretionary on where you put your stop. But pretty much TCCO turned into a really nice fade day. Now it's not saying it's over, but today didn't occur what I thought was going to occur. Other than that, I think that's a wrap for this one as well. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them. If you have any critiques or whatnot, go ahead. Yeah, you might look at my entry and exits on that chart and say, why the fuck were you risking so much? Hey, that's a strategy I have. I've back tested it and it works. So you back test something over X amount of months and it proves to be profitable, then you're going to stick with it, even if sometimes it doesn't make sense. But anyways, peace out.